Hello friends, welcome to our channel Universal Facts. Today we will present the 5 most haunted places in the world. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. This creepy place is full of dolls placed there by the original owner Don Julian Barrera, who believed that they would please the spirit of a young girl drowned there. It is said that a young girl had drowned in the canal and her body was found floating along with its doll. Soon after, he started experiencing paranormal activities with the spirit of the girl crying, "I want my doll." He used to often listen to creepy footsteps, whispers, and even cries, though the place was miles away from civilization. Don died in 2001, and his body was found in the same spot where the girl's body was found. The Ancient Ramen. It is the most haunted hotel in England and was built in the year 1105 on the spot where child sacrifice was practiced. The most dangerous spirit on the property is of a witch who fled from the government punishment and was burned here by the locals. A former innkeeper's daughter was also hanged here, and visitors have experienced her spirit and the spirits of children brutally murdered here. Guests who stayed here have fled from the hotel in the middle of the night after claiming to see flying furniture in the room and the spirit of a young girl wandering in the property. In the year 1960, the property was purchased by John Humphreys, who experienced the evil in the very first night. The spirits grabbed him and dragged him across the room. His family was terrified and left him. However, he remained to live here until his death in 2017. The Queen Mary ship. Next is the most haunted ship in the world, the Queen Mary. Docked in the harbor at Long Beach, California, it has been labeled as one of the top 10 haunted places on earth by the Time magazine. Numerous paranormal activities have been recorded in the official ship logs. In the beginning of the World War II, the ship was converted into a transport ship for troops and was nicknamed the Grey Ghost. In the years that followed, the staff and visitors began to report unusual happenings throughout the ship. Screams and violent noises were reported from the boiler room, where an 18-year-old sailor was severed in half by a heavy door where he was trapped. The most famous and scary suite is the B340, where footsteps, water turning on and off, and toilets flushing on its own has often been reported. You can visit the haunted Queen Mary and even stay there if you've got. Fourth in the list is Poveglia Island. Situated between Lido and Venice is the most haunted place of Italy called the Poveglia Island. When Spanish flu outbreak in the year 1918, the Romans came up with an idea to separate the healthy population from the sick population. In the days that followed, the plagued people were shipped to this island where they spent the rest of their lives in the most inhuman conditions. Mass graves occupied the island, and later on a mental hospital was also constructed there. The hospital was run by a crazy doctor who conducted all sorts of brutal experiments on residents of the island. Such was the audacity of the torture that the screams of the helpless poor patients could be heard miles across. Eventually, the doctor climbed the bell tower and flung to death. However, it has been said that he was pushed by the angry spirits, and although he survived the jump, he was immediately choked to death by a ghostly mist. The island is reported to be inhabited by 100,000 spirits, and no one is allowed to go there. The last and certainly not the least is the most haunted place in Asia, the Bangar Fort. Situated in the state of Rajasthan, India, this 17th century fort is about 250 kilometers from Delhi. This place is certainly not for the weak-hearted. It was a flourishing medieval city with about 10,000 inhabitants, which got deserted almost overnight. Bhangarh Fort is so dangerous that it is prohibited by the Archaeological Survey of India to enter its premises after sunset and before sunrise. There are many theories behind Bhangarh, but the most prominent one was that a wizard used to live there, which was madly in love with Princess Ratnavati. He followed her maid and gave her a love potion, which would attract the princess to him. She refused it and threw it on a large rock that rolled on the wizard and crushed him to death. While dying, the wizard cursed Bhangarh. It is surprisingly the only tourist place in India where the entry of foreign tourists is not freely permitted. They need a special permit to visit the fort. So friends, these are about the 5 most haunted places in the world. We hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to receive more exciting and mind-boggling facts of the universe. Thank you.